So good job for those who are using your June holidays wisely. But for those who are not using it wisely, I hope that what I'm going to tell you will help you get started, because I think that's the hardest part, right? Getting the revision started. So here's how to get started in the June holidays. Okay, you can do this for bio and basically all the other subjects as well. There are 18 topics for bio. You're going to spread these 18 out. If you haven't started with the first one yet, then fine. You're going to start today or tomorrow with the first topic. So from now all the way until prelims, go and find out when is the prelims. It's most likely the week after the National Day. But your bio paper might be even later than that. It might be 2 weeks after the National Day. So go and find out when it is. Then go backwards in time 2 weeks. That will be your end date for your revision. Okay, you start now. Hopefully you have started earlier than now. But let's say you do start now, all the way until 2 weeks before the actual paper. So why not just all the way until the actual paper, right? Because we need extra buffer time. Things will go wrong. Okay, you will get delayed. You will underestimate how much time it takes to revise, and then you will eat into the buffer time, which is okay. Because imagine if you didn't have the buffer, right? Then you will fail to revise everything, and then the paper will come. So when that happens, there'll be topics that you didn't revise at all. Then that's horrible. So you must put a buffer time. 2 weeks is a good buffer. Spread out all the topics first. Then you will just go through all of them. You can do one of two things. One, you can just go in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Or you could put the worst topics first. Actually, I recommend this. So if let's say transport and humans, you completely forgot everything and like you're so bad at it, then yeah, that should be your first already. Example, transport and humans, inheritance, molecular genetics, cell division, ecology, reproduction in humans, transport and plants. Okay, then you put that. As you can see, you can just mix it up as much as you like. Put the hardest ones first, because that's the most important to do. Then you do not have to spend the same amount of time on everything. You can spend more time on the worst topics, much less time on the better topics. Like what kind of papers should you do? How do you practice? TYS topical and any kind of topical is very good for revising when you have a bad topic. Let's say transport and humans, you absolutely forgot so much about it. You need revision as fast as you can, right? Look at our notes, revise that. You can revise our lesson clips, the lesson clips folder. You can look at the CAQs, revise that. Then once you've done those things, you can practice questions, the topical questions. That will make you improve very, very fast at that topic. Once you've done that for all those horrible topics, you don't need to do this for all, only just the very bad ones. Then you feel ready to do prelim papers, then you go and do. Step 1, cure the big problems. Step 2, once you're quite confident, do prelim papers. There's many of them in our extra practice student resource folder. And then, do you need to do yearly TYS? I would say no. Save that for before the O-levels. Instead, just do prelim papers now. Okay, and your teachers, your school teacher might have given you prelim papers, then go and do those practice papers also. Here's the second thing I want to share with you guys when revising in June holidays. Your teachers may give you like 42 papers. That doesn't mean you need to do all. Quality is so much more important than quantity. I'm serious. Quality is more important than quantity, especially for bio, because you don't actually need to practice that much compared to things like math. Math, you need to keep doing the questions for practice. But bio, once you do a few papers, you get the hang of the CAQs already. You're like, oh, okay, it's always these same questions. Then you don't really need to keep practicing more. That's why bio is so much easier. When I was mugging for bio, right, I didn't do all the papers for bio. I did the least number of papers for bio. So the first few papers that I did, I was like quite unsure. I was getting a lot wrong, missing a lot of keywords, missing links as well. But then after 3 or 4, right, it's so repetitive. It's the same stuff already. I'm getting bored of it. And then I checked the answer. Yeah, I'm always getting quite close to correct full marks. I did very little revision papers for bio. But each paper that I did, I made sure to understand everything. Every correct answer that I guessed, I went to check and really understand why did I guess it correct. Why was I right? Every wrong answer, I went to check it. I went to fix it. So that the next paper I did, when I had a similar question come out, I got it correct. So the quality was very high, but the quantity was quite low. In the end, it was still very good. When I went to the actual exam in the prelims and the A-levels itself, it was very good. Please do not rush through your papers for the sake of it. Of like, oh, look, I did 10 papers or I did 20 papers. That doesn't matter. Okay, what really matters is if you could just do 5 papers, but the quality is insanely high and you really learn from every mistake. That is so much better than doing 20 papers, but with not high quality. Okay, number 3, I want to tell you guys about June holidays time management thing. It's actually a warning that, your friends, some of them are probably dragging you down, sleeping like really late every day, like 3 a.m. And he's like probably playing phone, TikTok, Instagram. And it's not really because there's too much work. It's more like time management because other people in my class also doing the same. My friends also sleeping at 2 a.m. Our friends really do affect what we do. They set a standard that makes us think this is normal. But then I remember when I was in JC, why is it that didn't happen? Because the people in my class were quite mugger. Because of that, I knew that if I sleep at 2, 3 a.m. and I play into the night, it's weird. Something wrong. Other people are not doing that. I didn't fall into that trap. So your friends around you are really important. There's this phenomenon, right? When fishermen catch crabs and they throw them into the bucket, right? They have an open bucket for crabs that they caught. Now, when the bucket fills up, right? They don't cover, they don't have a lid, but they just let it be. So what if the crabs escape, right? They can climb out and escape. But you know why they don't have a lid? Because when a crab tries to escape, there's a weird thing that happens. The rest of the crabs will pull that guy back down. They'll be like, no, don't leave us. They will pull the escaping crab back in. So that's why the fishermen don't need to cover, because they will take care of themselves. Think about that, right? We all have crabs in our life. There are people around us who are pulling us down. Every time we try and get better, we try and escape our bad habits, they will pull you back down. And then this is just a cycle that keeps on going. Who are those crabs in your life? Think about it. They are probably part of the cause of why you are mismanaging your time, because you're getting influenced. What I want to tell you is that you guys deserve friends, yes, but you deserve better friends, higher quality friends. So if you have crabs in your life, it's okay. Just let them be. I know we want to help them. They're my friends and so on. Like, maybe I shouldn't leave them, right? But apparently in US military, right, when a fighter pilot gets shot out of the sky by an enemy and he falls into the sea, so he's in the ocean now, he might be drowning in the enemy waters. The US will try and rescue him with their army. They'll send a guy to there and swim to save him. But sometimes the pilots are in such shock that they're just crazy. They're just like flapping around the water. They're crazy. So when the friendly guy comes to save him, he's like, hey dude, I'm an American. Stop acting crazy. Let me save you. But sometimes they'll just be crazy and you can't knock sense into them because they're just in shock. So you know what the instructions is for the rescuer? Is to punch the guy in the face and swim away. Because the crazy guy will try and grab him and like try and pull him down and they might both drown. So that's why the instruction is punch him and swim away. Because it's better that only one guy dies rather than both die. So that's the case with our friends sometimes also. Sometimes they are crabs, right? And they're pulling you down. Sometimes you just have to not physically punch them, but sometimes you just have to leave them. They are drowning and they're going to pull other people down. Sometimes you just have to realize, yes, I wish the best for you, but it looks like I can't help. Then you just swim away. Who here feels like, yes, you have someone in mind that might be influencing you negatively, that might be pulling you down? I know I did. I had people like that.